Hello everyone, my name is Mohammed from Kennesaw State University and I welcome you to this demonstration of the power of AppImage when it comes to Linux bioinformatics programs. Now, packaging these applications with AppImage has a variety of benefits. One is the fact that a user does not have to worry about cross-platform compatibility across different Linux distributions. One also doesn't have to worry about the headache of making sure every dependency is installed. Last thing you want to do is try to run a program and it says, oh, I'm sorry, you need to install this, you need to install that. Well, packaging the application with AppImage allows us to overcome all of that by packaging all that necessary software, all the necessary dependencies in with the application. So here we're going to have a short little demonstration of a few applications that are used by bioinformatics researchers, and each one is a little different in its nature, and each one will allow us to better view the power of AppImage and how it can be applicable in this situation. First and foremost, we have something called CView. Now, CView is your basic GUI application. It runs on a graphical interface, and just like any other application that has a graphical instance, you would expect it to run by clicking on it. And AppImage allows us to preserve that. So here we want to run CView. It's as simple as clicking on it and bam, it opens up. Now the next application we have is something called Hammer. Now Hammer is special in the fact that it actually in itself is not an application. Rather, it's actually a suite of many command line applications. So now what happens when a user knows what they want to do and a user doesn't know what they want to do? Well, the cool thing about AppImages is that we're able to customize the app run file, and so we can customize the user experience, what the user sees, what the user feels, what the user is able to do. So now we're going to, just as a demonstration, I'm going to run the Hammer app image, but I'm not going to throw in any arguments. I don't quite remember what application I want to use. I remember it starts with the A and an L, but I'm not completely sure. No problem. It's not just going to crash on you. The way we've customized this app image is that it'll tell the user all the available options. So now I look at this list and I realize, oh yeah, the one I wanted to run was AliMask. So I'm going ahead and type in AliMask. I want to look at the help file, so I'm going to throw in the argument /h, and bam, it's going to run. Next, we're going to cover the instance of a user that knows what they want to do. So again, we're going to run the Hammer app image, but here we're going to go ahead and throw in the argument. I know I want to access the help of AliMask. I'm going to go ahead and type it in as so, and I'm going to run it, and bam, it runs. So this allows a user not only the benefit of the doubt, but it increases the customer experience or the user experience. Now, the next application we have, JalView, is kind of like CView in the sense that it is a graphical, it's a GUI application. But now JalView is a little different. Why? Because it requires Java Virtual Machine. So if you don't have Java VM installed on your computer, this thing will not run. So let's imagine that I'm running a Linux distro that does not have Java Virtual Machine installed. The cool thing about AppImage is that we have Java built into this application. So regardless whether you have it or not, it won't matter, because when you click on this icon right here, it's going to run Java and it's going to run the application like you want it to. So here we're going to click on it. It's going to go ahead and run the whatever it needs to, and it's going to get your application going. And there you go. The last program I have on this demonstration list is something called IGV. And IGV, like JalView, is a Java-based graphical application. But now it has a catch, and this shows us another benefit of packaging these bioinformatics applications with AppImage. IGV has a small little kink that you would only know if you read the README file. Now, everyone hates reading README files, but what if the person making the app image went through that hassle of reading the README file and figuring out everything you need? Now, IGV is special in the sense that it's a Java application, but it also needs a certain amount of memory to run. It won't just run, it'll run when you click on it, don't get me wrong, but it will crash because it requires that you tell it how much memory it has to play with. So now, us knowing that as the people who are putting together this app image for the user, we are able to address that situation. So I'm going to run this app image. I'm not exactly sure what to expect, and oh, I get a prompt. How many megabytes of RAM would you like to allocate for IGV? So I'm going to go ahead and give it close to 2 gigabytes worth of RAM. I'm going to hit enter. It's going to take this argument, it's going to put it into a Java command, it's going to send it to IGV, and it's going to run with that amount of memory. So now we just give it a few seconds, it's going to do whatever it needs to do. Bam, it's already connecting to this application, it's loading the genome, and there we go. So this is just a short little sweet demonstration regarding the power of AppImage, and we hope that with time and a little more research and a lot more effort, we'll be able to unlock even further potential of this great packaging application. This was Mohammed, and thank you for viewing this presentation by Kennesaw State University.